All right, so in this talk, I wanted to explain a little bit more about what retargeting is. I mentioned it briefly in a lot of my other videos, but I never really went super in depth on it. And, I just wanted to clarify what retargeting is, why it's useful, and why, for an Amazon seller, why you should care about it. So let's take a look at this high-level overview of how retargeting works, right? And let me put it in the perspective of an Amazon seller, because I got this image off Google. So we have this internet user here, and this is a potential customer, and they're browsing the internet, and maybe they stumble upon your product listing right here on Amazon. So they found your product listing here, and a retargeting software will actually track the fact that this person, right, this unique person has visited your listing. And so they would eventually leave your site. Maybe they would buy a product, maybe they wouldn't, but they would eventually leave your site. And then later on, as they're browsing the internet, they'll come across an ad that you've set up that is advertising this product that you know that they visited and they're probably interested in. And so because this is not just some random person you're showing the ad to, this is somebody who's actually interested in your product, this conversion rate from here to here, right, from somebody seeing an ad to somebody clicking on it, is going to be really high. And that's good because that'll bring down ad costs significantly. And that's what the goal of retargeting is it's a strategy to help bring down costs of ads. And you've probably seen this before. Like if you ever go on Amazon, for instance, and you shop for some product, and then you scroll through your Facebook feed, and you immediately see that same product there, that is retargeting. That's Amazon retargeting to you. So they've tracked the fact that you visited this product while you were on Amazon, and then as you scroll through your Facebook feed, you see that product show up as an advertisement sponsored by Amazon. And so the last step would obviously be, once they click through the ad, they'll actually pay for the product. Now, there's one problem here, which is that this step right here, we've assumed that we can install tracking software onto your listing, right? But the problem is Amazon doesn't actually let you do that. They won't let you just install any piece of software that you want into a web page because you don't actually own that web page, right? Amazon can do it, and clearly Amazon does do it because, like I said, you've seen them do it to you probably. But that doesn't mean you can just install your own tracking software onto Amazon, right? They won't let you do that. So this is the problem that Voucher Leap looks to solve. So let's go to the next page and take a look at how Voucher Leap solves this. So you see here I've replaced some of the steps with what Voucher Leap does to modify it. So an internet user, instead of visiting Amazon and seeing your listing, they'll visit your landing page. So how they get to your landing page, there's a lot of ways this can happen. The most common way is actually just bringing them in through advertising. So find some way to advertise your products, and people will click through and they'll actually see this landing page, right? And when they visit this landing page, Voucher Leap will actually make it possible for you to install tracking software so that you know exactly who visited it. And then, depending on which retargeting platform you choose, you can then advertise to those people when they browse on that platform. So for example, if you installed a Facebook tracker onto this web page, then when that person browses Facebook, you can then show them Facebook ads. If you've installed a Google tracker, then when that person searches on Google, they'll see your Google ad, right? So it depends on which platform you choose, and Voucher Leap supports both. So they click through to your landing page somehow, and they'll still have a tracker set up, and then they'll leave your site, and then as they browse Facebook, they'll see an ad for your product again, right? So they saw it here, and now they see it again. And the fact that they see it again means that they're a lot more likely to actually click through the ad, right? Because for one, you know that they're interested in it, and two, the fact that they're interested in it and the fact that they just took a look at it is a really strong signal that they're actually looking to buy it. And so they click through to the ad, and the ad will redirect them to your Amazon listing, which will then, they can proceed with the checkout flow. So I hope that makes sense. Let's take a look. Okay, so instead of showing you this through slides, I'll actually show you exactly how to set that up over here in Voucher Leap. So you see I have a campaign set up, right? So this is just the default campaign. And if you don't know what a campaign is or how to set one up, check out our campaigns video. We have a great campaigns video that shows you what all these fields are, what all these mean, and how to really set up a campaign and make it and optimize it. So if we scroll down here on the landing page template, you see we have a Facebook tracking pixel and we have a Google Analytics tracker. So you'll want to copy some stuff off of your Facebook Ads Manager or your Google Ads Manager. For now, I'm just going to do it for Facebook, and we have a separate video that'll show you how to set up Facebook and Google individually. So I'll come over here, and you see this is my, if you took a look at this URL, you can find that by going to your Ads Manager and clicking on the side here and clicking on Pixels, right? So if I go over here, Actions, and I view pixel code, you'll see right here, this is the code that if you click on it, it'll copy it to clipboard. You come back over here, you put it there, and that's all you need to do. And you can hit submit. And now, when anybody visits this campaign, they'll be tracked under your Facebook pixel. And so who their Facebook account is, will be tracked so that when they browse Facebook later, you can actually show them advertisements for your product, right? For this product. All right, so let's go back into this. Okay, so now that we've actually tracked them, the next thing we want to do is to create an ad that will target them specifically. Okay, so the way we're going to do that is when we go to create an ad, you'll see two options that you can use. In this case, because we've targeted through a tracking pixel, we'll use this website traffic option. If you have somebody's email account, right? If you have somebody's email address, which you can also do through Voucher Leap. Again, check out our campaigns video if you don't know what I'm talking about. But Voucher Leap will also be able to collect people's emails. If you have people's emails, you can upload them in this customer file, and then Facebook will only show ads to people that you upload who have that email. But in this case, because we're doing it through a tracking pixel, we'll select website traffic. So let me go over here and let's see, Ads Manager. Okay, so I paused the video because I couldn't find the panel that I was looking for. It turns out they changed the wording here. But essentially you want to select this one, send people to a destination on or off Facebook. So you click on this. This will be a link ad, and I'll just call it website clicks. And so now you can go through the process of creating an ad. And when I do this, I want to go to so this is your audience selection. This is basically who you want to target. And instead of targeting everybody, you want to target a custom audience. And here, like we've seen, you want to select website traffic, and you want to select a website domain, and you see I have Voucher Leap set up here. So you want to target everybody who's visited Voucher Leap in the past 30 days. We could say past 100 days, right? Doesn't matter. So, and once I finish with this, we can continue through with creating the rest of the ad, which I have a separate video for, so I'm not going to do in this one. But essentially, this is how you set up an ad so that it's targeted to people who visited your webpage and has been tracked under Voucher Leap's, or actually under the retargeting system that Facebook provides, that Voucher Leap kind of exposes. Okay. So the same thing for Google. You see, in Google, you can actually retarget based on more options, but the two that we care about would be customer emails and website visitors. And the flow is the exact same, so I'm not going to go through this again with Google. All right, so why do we want to retarget, right? I don't know if I've clarified that enough, but I just want to go over it again. So the biggest thing is that the ad costs are way cheaper. And the reason that the ad costs are cheaper is because the ad costs are if your conversion rate is high, right? So if the number of people who see your ad and click on it, that percentage, if that percentage is really high, then your costs will be low. And the reason this is because if you think about it from Facebook's point of view or from Google's point of view, if you have somebody who's putting up these amazing ads, who's getting a ton of clicks, you can actually afford to charge them less, right? You can afford to charge them less per click because they're getting so many clicks. Whereas if you have this other person who has this really poor ad and doesn't convert very well, and you have to show a ton of people the ad before somebody will click on it, you better charge that guy a lot more because their ad isn't performing very well. So, I hope that makes sense. But with retargeting, because your conversion rate goes up, you'll actually have much cheaper ad costs. The next thing is higher conversions on your Amazon listing. Now, this isn't specific to just retargeting. This is actually the benefit of having a landing page at all. But essentially, when you have an ad, right, that somebody that you're giving to people who you know are interested in the product, chances are when they click through to the product, they'll be much more likely to purchase the product, right? If you just take an ad and you show everybody, there's some percentage of people who might accidentally click on that ad, and they'll follow through and they have no interest in your product. They'll go to the listing, they won't buy it because they clicked on it accidentally, and then you spent money on ads for no reason, and your conversions on Amazon are poor. And so if you only target a smaller group of people who you know are interested, chances are when they click through, they'll actually be more likely to convert as well. Right, so this is actually a really great strategy for launching a new product. So imagine that you're selling in some category. Say you're selling spatulas, right? And you have all this traffic that you've collected through your landing page, collecting all these. You've tracked all these people who visited your landing page for spatulas, right? So you have maybe a base of 1,000 people who've visited your landing page for spatulas, and now you release a new product. Maybe it's like a knife, right? Or maybe it's something in the spatula category. Well, when you advertise this product, right, you can advertise it such that only people who visited your spatula page will see this ad for this knife. And it's really likely that somebody who's purchased a spatula on Amazon is also very much more likely to purchase a knife on Amazon, right? That probably makes sense. So basically, because they've purchased your spatula, because they're interested in your spatula on Amazon, it proves that for one, they actually shop on Amazon, and two, they're interested in buying kitchenware, and three, they're interested in buying kitchenware on Amazon, right? So if you show them a knife on Amazon, it's much more likely they're one to buy it. And so you can kind of retarget based on previous products for new products. And so, we have this success story. We have quite a few success stories. This is probably one of the better ones, which is why I'm showing it, which is basically shows you the difference between retargeting and not retargeting. So this is somebody who's used Voucher Leap and followed this strategy for basically launching a new product. And so you see, they drove over $800 in sales with just $13 in advertising, right? And it's only 4 cents a click. So you see, they basically did an experiment, and they showed us the results of this experiment. This is the ad that was targeted based on retargeting. And this was the one that was targeted based on targeting a specific interest group. So they were in the pets, they were selling in the pets category, right? So in the pets category, they essentially, for this ad, they said only show this ad to people who have an interest in pets, specifically cats. And in this one, they showed it to people who've already visited their landing page. And you could see the huge difference in performance, right? So you see this one up here, per click, it was only 4 cents. And for $13, they had 336 click-throughs, which ended up driving about $800 in sales. We don't know exactly how much it is, but it's somewhere between, I think, 700 and 900. And you see this other one, right? They spent $25 on this one, which isn't horrible, and they drove 70 clicks to their Amazon listing for $25. So this isn't horrible, but it's definitely nowhere near the performance of this one that was advertised based on retargeting.